Since today is Women's Day, I wanted to do something special and make a game that every woman can relate to.
Actually today isn't really Women's Day, that was March 8th.
Listen very carefully. For me, every day is Women's Day. I'm 6'2", by the way, so yeah, I spent 3 days of my life making this masterpiece. I hope I don't have to say this, but no, in real life, not every person you see in the dark is trying to hurt you. This video and the game are made as a joke. Now with that said, let me show you the process of creating an award-winning game like this. The first thing we need is a dangerous-looking entity to escape from. Now I could make an entirely different model and use it, or I could just yoink this model from my previous game. And to make it scarier, let's just paint it in full black. There we go, it's perfect. For the map, there was only one correct option, and that of course was a city at night. So I opened up Blender and started working on some spooky buildings. And there we go. We have a perfectly saved city. It has a road, a sidewalk, buildings, and even lamps. I mean, what else could you possibly want? As a matter of fact, I would move in there if... You know what? Forget I said anything. I imported it into Unity, and after setting the atmosphere, I was ready to test out how walking around feels. I stole the character movement from my other projects, and now we're ready to see how the city looks from first person. Okay. So it turns out I forgot to give the floor the main property of a floor, that being not letting things fall through it. But I fixed it, and now it works perfectly. To add to the atmosphere, I made the street lights actually light up the sidewalk, except for the street on the left. If you want lights there, you're gonna have to flip this very weirdly placed switch on the end of the road. This is great and all, but walking around this city feels kinda chill. And I'm trying to get the exact opposite feeling, which is why it's time to make these guys do something. For starters, they need to start chasing you. So I made a simple script and gave them some basic animations. And it turned out like this. Well, this would definitely be terrifying to see at night. There we go. This looks much better. Now they need some kind of way of knowing if they can see the player. I played around for a while, and I came up with a pretty simple solution. There is an invisible object in front of their head that's constantly looking at the player. If the player is close enough, and there's nothing between the eyes and the player, this kind fella is gonna start chasing you. This worked for the most part, but it came with a pretty big problem. He could see the player at a 360-degree angle, which means that even if you were behind him, he would still start chasing you. Because of this, I had to use the full capacity of my brain to come up with a way to limit his field of view. And then it hit me. I can just place a brick behind him. So that's the thing it sees. I know. I'm a genius. If they lose the line of sight, they're gonna start running to their original goal, which is at the other end of the road. These goals also act as spawners. So if he's spawned at the spawner number 1, his goal is to reach spawner 2 where he's gonna disappear. This worked for everyone, except for the 2 spawners at the end of the left road. They have to rotate when they reach their first goal. I tried to make it so the guys don't spawn when the player is close, but I'm not sure how well that works. They spawn every few seconds to make the game fair. And they also sometimes get stuck at the corner, but that's not actually a bug, that's a feature. Now we just need a way to actually win, and the way you win is by reaching this house. If you get to it before they get to you, you win. Now personally, I don't know why you would build your house in the darkest alley in a neighborhood like this. I don't think that was a good idea, but what do I know? I'm just a game developer. After adding some UI for when you win and lose, the game was almost done. The only thing left were sound effects, which I had slight problems with. But at the end, I figured it out, and now the game has spooky sounds. After making a simple menu screen, the game is now finished, and it only took me 3 days. You can play it for free on itch.io. There's a link in the description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and like if you liked the video, and bye-bye.